These ruins are certainly beautiful, Fifi. I can see that this fortress was probably quite spectacular back in the day. Huh. You see this? Do you want to examine it further? I can't really make it out.
Show respect. You stand before greatness. The first blade, I guard. It rests with the ashes of its maker, the Weapon Master.
The Weapon Master? Who was that?
I don't know the title. Who was he?
He saw Jedi as warriors, not only philosophers. Armed them, protected them. The first blade, first Jedi weapon. From this beginning, lightsabers came. Millennia pass. Only hilt of first blade remains. Only disturbed once. Rajavary came. He proved worthy. Permitted to take the hilt. Later, returned it.
He returned it? I wonder why. Perhaps for somebody else that would follow his teachings later on. That has to be one of the only reasons why he'd do something like that, unless there's something else that we can't see yet. How do you get proved worthy of it?
Perhaps I could do as Rajavary did.
To take the hilt, prove worthy. The philosophy of Jedi combat. Show understanding. The Weapon Master left challenges, here in Caliph. Training droids to test his students.
Droids?
Find them. Prevail. The hilt of the first blade waits.
That's it? That's sincerely it? Fight some droids? Fifi! I was hoping it'd be something a little bit more spectacular for something like the First Blade. But now we know that there was a weapons master who didn't want the Jedi to just be, let's meditate and hold hands and think nice, happy thoughts. He wanted them to be warriors, people capable of protecting themselves and protecting others. And that's something I can absolutely get behind. The question is, if somebody like the Weapons Master had continued on, would the Jedi be where they are today? Were they always destined to be like this, or was there more? Only time will tell. These doors. They look like trials, perhaps? Yes. Alright, so this one? Doesn't matter which one you pick, I wonder. Haha, hello. So it looks like what? Just defeat this combat droid? Really? I wonder how many I need to defeat. Multiple, I'd imagine. If they want to make sure that we're proficient in the Jedi combat, it couldn't just be one. Multiple would have to be on the table for this. I agree. The droids are boring, Fifi. I was hoping for something a little bit more entertaining. It's nice that they left a challenge nonetheless, though. It seems that really was it. Just the 3 droids. At least you could have had me go through all of them at once, but we've passed the trial, I would assume. Oh! Weird. Where did you all come from? Are there droids to protect the different trials, or are you just lost? Oh, isn't that an interesting thought, Fifi? Droids just being lost to time. So they just, what, roam mindlessly? It would appear so.
Telemetry is received. All droids report your battle performance. Satisfactory.
Satisfactory? That's it? Satisfactory? I destroyed them all so fast. Barely broke a sweat.
My battle skills are more than merely satisfactory.
Telemetry does not lie. Take the hilt. Treat with respect. Fight with honor.
Master Yuan, I've found the hilt of the first blade. A proto-lightsaber from someone called the Weapon Master. The hilt looks as if there's data engraved on it.
Of course. The first blade points the way. Rajivari made the legendary weapon itself our guide. The Force is certainly with you, Padawan. Please bring the hilt back to the temple at once. I will look into a way to access that data.
Hello again, Padawan. I'm glad to see you well. Master C.O. Bakarn, I was there to greet you when you first arrived.
Were you? Strange. I don't really remember you.
I'm sorry. My work for Master Yuan has been keeping me preoccupied.
Yes. Yuan mentioned your expeditions.
This is Master Jarek Kaden, another of the Jedi Council. Yuan told us about Naylin Raylock, the pilgrim seeking Rajavari's secrets. She also claimed the Force is guiding your training. This isn't unknown, but...
But? Are you going to finish the sentence, or are we just leaving it ambiguous? Have you ever thought, given my considerable talents, that maybe I'm just... special?
Perhaps the Force needed the right person for this task.
There, CO. Where there's blind certainty, there's arrogance. Yuan should know better. First she welcomes that Trandoshan into the temple, now this? She's getting more unorthodox by the day.
What do you make of Yuan's claim, Padawan?
Of what? The fact that the Force is guiding my training? That's not for me to judge now, is it? A good Padawan would never, ever judge her teacher.
Master Yuan is my teacher. It isn't my place to question her.
Indeed not. That's the Council's responsibility.
The Council has agreed to accept Yuan's opinion. For now. But I am concerned about the dangers this path is leading you through. Finding the Fount of Rajavari before Naylin Raylock does is important. But so is your safety, Padawan. Be mindful.
Are all Jedi this soft, Fifi? Be mindful. You're in danger. I'm in no danger. Naylin Raylock... barely even a challenge at this point, Fifi. And they're out here acting like I'm going on and taking on the entirety of the Dark Council on my own. I think I could still do that, though, even at this point. That might be something fun. No, I think that that's something to add to our to-do list one day. Don't you? Can you imagine how much fun that would be? Ooh. I'm back.
Rajavari's hologram proves the same technique existed. Don't you see? It'll resolve that silly debate once and for all. Overexcite? I'm not quite ready to... Ah, Padawan. Much longer and we'd have come looking for you. I thought you might have crossed paths with Naylin Raylock again.
No, the council delayed me.
Master CO and Master Jarek met me outside. They wanted to discuss what you said about me and the Force.
Why are they distracting you? Your task is too important. You said you found the first blade, or its hilt at least. Is it? May I see it?
Of course.
Ah, the folds in the metal. The power cell chamber. These are lost techniques. Our lightsabers began here, with this.
It has data engraved on it that I can't make out.
I believe these etch marks are encoded information, Master Yuan.
And the interior's been modified too, perhaps to hold more. I deciphered a second clue from Rajavari's hologram. To find the Fount of Rajavari, this hilt must be taken to a cave in the Typhonian Mountains. The hologram says the Founders meditated in that cave. Debated. They became the Jedi Council.
Did it have any other clues than that, or was that it?
What should I do with the hilt when I arrive?
The hologram didn't say. Keep your eyes open.
I'll see you there.
I apologize, Padawan. Kaizen's devotion to the hunt is quite single-minded.
No, actually enjoy that. Why is he so dedicated, though?
He seems to be a gifted hunter already.
Hunting is part of Trandoshan religion and culture. Honing his skills is important. Good luck and be careful. The hologram said nothing of what might be waiting in those caves.
This must be the cave that was mentioned. Let's see if there's another clue about this blade. Curious. More flesh raiders. Does that mean Nayland Rollick has already... Do you think he's already been here? He can't have been if there are this many, unless... Could he be in an alliance with them? That seems so highly unlikely, but at the same time, everything about this seems highly unlikely, and yet here we are. More questions than I really care to have at any one given time, Fifi. I prefer question, answer, but these are not organized, orderly times now, are they? You see that across the way. More stones. I wonder if there's a droid protecting those too. Flesh raiders. I doubt it. This doesn't seem like a place crawling with droid. If they were, though, that would be very interesting. I agree. These flesh raiders, a little bit more challenging than some of the ones we found earlier, but not as much as I was anticipating. How many of you are there? Are you just living here amongst all of this? For what purpose? Just because it's home, or... So, did the Flesh Raiders come before or after the Jedi? From way back when? It had to have been after, right? Surely that, well... Maybe the ancient Jedi were fine with them being here, and they weren't eradicated. Or maybe they showed up after? They don't seem like the sort. Maybe somebody else dropped them off here. Wouldn't that be funny if the Sith dropped them off here because they thought it was amusing? Honestly, if that's how the Flesh Raiders got here, honestly, Fifi, the most entertaining and hopefully likely outcome is that the Sith dropped them off, yes. I agree with that sentiment. Wouldn't that be interesting? The Sith were just bored, wanted to wreak havoc, but yet they don't know where Tython it. Maybe the Sith of old did. Let's see what this has to offer. Allow me these points. Any points I earn are my own victory. I don't need pity or sharing.
Whatever points you're talking about are mine.
I see. So you're hunting for prestige. Not just the joy. Well, I guess it would also lend to the joy of the hunt, but not just to hunt, but for something more.
So hunting is how you serve your goddess, this scorekeeper, and increase your status.
I just arrived here as you did. I haven't had a chance to look through everything yet.
I won't know unless I have time to study it.
Deliberate. Nayland Rollick, perhaps, but there were too many flesh raiders in here to be his. So who would have left these bones?
It's a place to begin, at least.
They're brittle. Wait, what is this? It looks like the other pedestals.
Thanks for coming so fast, Jedi. That Flesh Raider stench was making us dizzy.
You were the ones in the village, correct? Is Nayland Rollick with you?
I was hoping to see Nayland again. We have things to discuss.
Nayland said to wait for you. You've got something he needs. He has to find this Fount of Rajavari to keep defending our village. We've seen what Jedi are like. When someone contradicts you, out come the lightsabers. I want whatever first blade you found in Kaleth. Now.
No. No, you won't be taking the first blade or anything that I found, and I feel like you just threatened me? And by threatening me, you've also threatened Fifi, and I can't let that go unanswered.
I'm not giving you the hilt of the first blade or anything else of mine.
Then I guess we'll have to take it.
I guess you will. You don't have to. You don't
Sorry,
have to.
Jedi. Search the body when it's done.
You think you can take me on? All three of you? Yes, I can see how you all thought you'd be able to defeat a Jedi. Well done. All you did was get yourselves killed. Alright, now let's see what's hidden in these secrets.
Here in this cave, we Founders discussed our vision for the Jedi Order. And I, Rajavari, listened. I listened as they carefully crippled our newborn order, as they argued for mediocrity. It shall not stand. I have laid my plans. With my army made from Tython's true dark sons, I will purge this council of fools while they chatter.
Interesting that he said crippled the Jedi Order. You have to wonder which one of them won. Or did neither side fully win whatever fight he was waging? It was very daring on his part, though.
Even with an army, one man challenging the first Jedi Council was no mean feat.
Only my apprentices and I will survive. From Kaleth, we will mold the Jedi into what we deserve to be. If the hilt of the first blade has been returned, we succeeded, and the future follows the path we left. Follow, Seeker. Follow the path to the Fount of Rajavari. It is time.
Yeah, I think I can make out some of it.
I can make out some of it, but the rest is gibberish. Master Yuan, I believe I have the coordinates for the Fount of Rajavari.
Kaizen mentioned as much. Padawan, I just received a very disturbing message. For you, from Nail and Ralok.
Oh?
Survival. Mine, my villages, and yours, Jedi. Interesting to think about. My people's deaths will be avenged. There's other paths to the Fount of Rajavari. I'll find it. And then I'll kill you.
You killed the villagers? How could you?
They threatened Fifi. And myself, but more importantly, Fifi. They'd have just kept pursuing me anyways.
If I'd let those villagers go, they would have returned later, in greater numbers.
The future is ever-changing, Padawan, but those people are dead. That cannot be undone.
I know.
We still have the Fount of Rajavari to find. Let me see those coordinates, Padawan. Perhaps I can get us started.
I feel like we're looking at this wrong. There has to be something different.
And I believe the second coordinate is the Tythos Ridge. Just visualize it, from a climber's point of view.
Which fits with the first coordinate perfectly. Well done. But that leaves this coordinate. We can't triangulate the Fount of Rajavari without it. Perhaps it's a rock formation.
Should I go with you then?
With two of us, the search would take half as long.
Padawan, look. In the map's code, there's something else hidden here. A warning? The Fount of Rajavari has mechanisms for intruders. Only those who know Rajavari's path will walk through unscathed to gain his wisdom.
Good. I can handle that. I believe I understand more of his teachings than most Jedi.
I'll take care of these mechanisms when I get there, Master Yuan.
Rajavari was ruthless, Padawan. Those traps will be fatal if you go unprepared. We know Kaleth was Rajavari's stronghold, and excavators have uncovered ancient computer terminals in Upper Kaleth. Those terminals might hold answers, if they weren't all locked with passwords.
Do we have any alternatives?
Is there anywhere else we could look?
Nowhere I can think of. Those terminals would be our best hope. Wait. We do have the First Blade's hilt. It accessed the map. Maybe it could access those terminals. Go to Upper Kaleth and investigate those terminals for any clue. I'll wait here for Kaizen. We're close, Padawan, I know it.
Fifi, it seems we found the first of the terminals. Look at these ruins, though. How did it manage to survive, considering there's not much left of this room? It must have been a room, right? There's a recording left. I think it's one of the apprentices.
Master Rajavari's gone. The Council survived. We failed.
Failed?
They'll come for us. They'll have to lay siege if they want to take us prisoner. We can't give in. Master Rajavari's fifth principle says, showing mercy to an enemy creates a spiral of destruction. We'll take plenty of Jedi with us.
They didn't even consider themselves Jedi at this point. Fascinating. They were something else. That must have been one of those, what, dark suns that was mentioned? So no mercy. Ah, more scoids. You'd think you all would have been deactivated by now, but I suppose the Council enjoys having things for Padawans to train on. Interesting. But don't you find that odd, Fifi? The way that they called them Jedi, so they definitely saw themselves apart from everything. Not that I could blame them, given everything that they were going through at the time. Here's another. It looks like, again, another recording.
Another Jedi today. My seventh. Master Rajavari formed an army from the allies he found past the mountains. We could sure use them now. But they vanished. Just left their servants. Those cannibals in their stupid camps. Master Rajavari's second principle says all life is a battle, even to your last breath. But our allies didn't leave us a choice.
That's fascinating, Fifi. So that must be where the Flesh Raiders had come from. I know I had thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if it was the Sith? But if Rajavari's allies were potentially... I don't think that they were the Sith, but who could they have been to the north? And it seems that the Flesh Raiders were their servants? And that was all that was left. So they abandoned even the Flesh Raiders. It would explain how they got this far. Huh. Tython makes a little bit more sense now. All things considered. It looks like the last terminal we'll need is right here.
The bleeding won't stop. Blast it! Why did I watch Vadria's back? Master Rajavari's seventh principle said it. Sacrificing your strength is the path of a fool. I should have just let her die. It doesn't matter. This siege is nearly over. This can only end one way.
Fight until the end. Isn't that everything Rajavari stood for? And yet, Fifi, it feels like the Jedi can't take more than 2 minutes to try to fight for something before they say, you're overcome with emotion, you're being too emotional. You're acting on revenge, you're acting on this or that. Interesting to see where they came from and what they abandoned and now what they've turned into. This place is making more and more sense. Honestly, I'm kind of glad we came here. I feel like we understand things better.
Master Yuan, I have the clues we need.
Oh, Padawan. Back already? What clues did you find?
Old teachings of his, ancient recordings from those left behind during the last fight.
I think I recovered enough of Rajavari's philosophy to help me.
So the Jedi besieged Kaleth after Rajavari tried to kill the Council.
Exactly.
And his apprentices held the line all by themselves. Remarkable.
Yeah. They were brave. And loyal. Something to be admired.
Rajavari's apprentices knew there was no hope, but they defended their beliefs to the last.
Yes. With a different master, they could have been great Jedi. Hopefully the principles you've recovered will help you pass into the Fount of Rajavari safely. And once Kaizen brings us the last coordinate... Wait, where is Kaizen? It's been... How long was I working?
I'm sure he's fine. Should I go look for him?
Don't worry, Master Yuan. If anyone can take care of himself, it's Kaizen.
Padawan, Kaizen is never late. Please, you must look for him.
All right.
He mentioned the waterfall caves, didn't he? If Kaizen has the last coordinate, you can triangulate the Fount of Rajavari. There's no time to waste, Padawan. Go, and may the Force be with you both.
Did you see how Yuan just dismissed the, students of Rajavari for holding the line until the end, how with different teachings they could have been great Jedi? They were still great. They still did something. They still believed in something. Yeah, they fought until the end. Something to be admired, but yet dismissed now because they weren't on the side of history that's comfortable for most. Isn't that sad, Fifi?